Alrighty, guys, what is going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you guys out there. Hope everyone is having a great day, or has had a great day since today is basically over. What's up, my friends? Let's go ahead and see who we got ourselves here in the chat for today. We got Poland Ball, we have Shelly, we have Logan, we got ourselves Caden, we have, let's see, Hurricanes, we have Scott, we have James, we have Penny, let's see here, we have Tiffany, we have Swanky. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good out there. Let's see here. Caleb's here. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Caleb says, I haven't been here in forever. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let's see. Remember, your goal was 10K subs. Now it's probably 20K. Yeah. No, we're getting pretty close to 20K. That's for sure. We're getting real close. But definitely am thankful for you guys. Obviously, I can't thank you guys more than enough. Let's see here. How close are we? Says, hi. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Jen says, hey, man. What's up, Jen? Hope you're doing good yourself. Alright, guys, well, we got a bit to talk about here. There's a couple systems we need to be monitoring, as well as we have Nigel still kicking off. We'll go ahead and start with Nigel here. I don't remember if Nigel was a hurricane yesterday in last update. I don't think it was, but Nigel's now a hurricane. Sustained winds of 80 with gusts up to, I'd say, at least 100 miles an hour. And the pressure is 982 millibars. This thing's forecasted to be a Category 2. It was forecasted to be a Cat 3, aka a major hurricane, but it is not anymore. This system's going to remain relatively well just to the east of Bermuda. I mean, for example, the center of the storm is forecast to be at least 500 miles, at least 550 miles just east of Bermuda there. So that's going to be good. However, probably could see some coastal impacts regarding some regarding some big seas and swelling and obviously potential for rip currents and stuff like that could be a possibility out there in Bermuda. Just if you guys are out there, just always have that in mind. And of course, systems, not any main threat for land. Honestly, it's just expected to get pulled out to sea and then eventually probably just get caught up in the Arctic Circle. Nothing too crazy. Anyways, but then we got this guy. Now, this is the one I really need to watch out for. Yesterday's update, I believe it had a 20% chance overall development probability for the next week. We are now at a 30% chance of probability of development here, so things are looking a little bit more higher here overall. Like I said, over the next 2 days, we're not expecting this thing to develop into any tropical system over the next 2 days, but, the next 7 days, it's a low chance right now, but it's possible. Whenever it comes to the, like I said, whenever it comes to the latest models and stuff like that, we are seeing a lot of support for this system. I only expect that probability to go up over the next little bit. Then we have another big boy over here. Now, this one is not expected to develop anytime soon. The next 48 hours or 2 days, we're near a 0% chance of development. So we're not expecting this thing to be any name storm in the next 2 days. However, for the next 7 days, the next week, we are seeing a whopping 70% chance that this system will become a system, either a depression or a tropical storm in the next 7 days. So we'll definitely need to be looking out there for that at a 70% chance. It's a fairly good likelihood that we'll actually see this thing develop into a possible named storm by, I'd say, later on this week is a good possibility. So we'll definitely need to be monitoring that progression. And then, like I said, not that anyone cares, but we have the EPAC here. There's a development region. It's not supposed to do anything. It's just supposed to remain well away from areas. You can see it's really far away from Hawaii, too. And, obviously, it's not expected to do too much right now from what I've known. But it is a high chance of development, at least a 90% chance of forming into a tropical system in the next 7 days. And like I said, over the next 2 days, next 48 hours, this thing could definitely be a system as well out there in the EPAC. So, anyways, y'all, but that's what's going on in terms of that. I do want to bring y'all over here to the Storm Prediction Center. We're going to have to activate some coverage tomorrow because got ourselves a slight risk, my friends, across the central southern plains here, across Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, my friends. Got ourselves a risk for severe weather across areas here, mostly of Oklahoma as well as Texas. We do have some pretty impactful area, or pretty decent areas, I should say, pretty decent populated areas, I should mention, across areas of like Oklahoma City. We have Tulsa included. We have Lawton included as well. We got Wichita Falls. This is, okay, so this risk does include Dallas, but Dallas is actually in that marginal, that level 1 severe weather threat for tomorrow. The good news is we're not expecting many tornadoes, if any at all. Whenever it comes to damaging winds, though, we got a 15% chance for damaging wind gusts, basically up to 60 to 70 miles per hour, and hail, we got a 15% chance here for some hail. Regarding 2+ inches in diameter. So we're definitely looking at the potential for some very large hail overall tomorrow. So it's just something to look out there for. A little update for today. We just got a little marginal risk here. Nothing too crazy. No tornadoes. Literally just a small hail and small wind threat. But anyways, but that is that. Just wanted to quickly bring that up for you guys and just, kind of mention what's going on there. So here is actually, sorry, this is now Hurricane Nigel. This is Nigel out there. It's looking pretty strong, actually, overall. We had a lot of convection there towards the core of the storm in general. That low-pressure system has been well-defined for quite some time now. Storm's looking pretty good. Definitely looking pretty good. It's, really trying to get that act together, and it is expected to strengthen over the next couple of days here. Like I said, we are expecting, right now it's a Cat 1, but it's forecasted to get up into Cat 2 status. Whenever that happens, we'll probably be here for the afternoon of tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow afternoon Eastern time we'll have this thing, being in that Cat 2 status. The forecast here from the Hurricane Center has this thing to be sustained at 105 tomorrow afternoon, with gusts up to 125. So we're talking, a fairly decent hurricane. I mean, this thing's already definitely kicking off there pretty good. But once again, like I said, y'all, this thing's expected to remain away from land for the most part. It's not supposed to cause any main problems. The only thing I see becoming a possible issue is, like I said, the rip currents and stuff like that near Bermuda. But that's about it. I really don't see too much problems with this guy. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. Just wanted to mention that. I do have some spaghetti models to show you guys in terms of Niger. So whenever it comes to it, you can actually see how the system does work its way. It does like a really sharp turn, as you can see. So Nigel basically does a northwest movement, and it pulls north, and then just does a real big northeast hit there. So, and as you can see, it's supposed to remain very far away from land for quite a while. I mean, there's some point in the models that could get near off the coast of the UK. Could bring some rain, but that's in the far-fetched future cast in terms of things, and honestly, I'm not really too, not really too, confident on that at the moment. I mean, we'll watch it. We'll see how that plays out, but like I said, all the ensembles are looking pretty good. I mean, we're pretty solid. We're pretty solid on where this thing is going to end up here. In terms of the intensity out of the system here, we are seeing the middle ground and stuff like that. Kind of showing this thing getting into like that that low end category 2, which is in the forecast here in general. It'll probably be I'm thinking like lower to mid. Like I said, lower to mid category 2 is what it looks like to be the most likely probability out of the system in general. But that's just kind of what we're looking at there. But yeah, that's all with Nigel. I mean, like I said, really, there's really not too much concerns for this in particular storm. Not too worried about it, considering it's going to remain relatively far away. The only problem it's going to have is for the fish out there. The fish out there in the water, they're going to be having a bit of a fun time. They probably won't even feel it, honestly. What's up, Mark? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Penny says, okay, just want to warn her if anything's coming her way. Let's see here. Warn who? San Angelo in Texas going to have a high chance of severe weather. So let's see here. Like I said, obviously we have tomorrow's day. Here we go. Storm Prediction Center. Whenever it comes to severe weather, you said what? San Angelo? I don't think San Angelo is really in a big threat tomorrow. No. Pretty sure you're good. Let me double check. So San Antonio, so San Angelo. Okay. I think San Angelo might be in that marginal, barely on the edge of this marginal risk here. So I mean, like I said, it's possible. It's possible. But we'll definitely need to be, keeping it out there. Let's see here. But anyways. Let's see. No threat of tornadoes tomorrow. Biggest threat will be hatch risk of hail. Absolutely. Yep, hail is going to be tomorrow's biggest concern. Like I said, we're going to activate some coverage on this tomorrow. Let's see here. But anyways, that's that. Let's go ahead and hop our way over here to the models, y'all. We're going to go ahead and switch over here to the North Atlantic. We're going to start off with the American GFS. Like I said, we're going to do a little bit of analysis here, okay? So like I said, we're watching two storms. We're watching one just off the coast of the southeast, potentially, and we're watching another one that's going to be happening somewhere here just south of the Cabo Verde. Okay, we're going to keep an eye out there for it. So obviously, first of all, we have Nigel. Nigel's just sitting out there, like I said, once again in the Central Pacific. Not supposed to, do anything too crazy here overall. So then we work our way down in time. Like I said, we have a little cold front, actually. Like I said, we just had a little disturbance roll through, a little cold front. This is actually going to steer Nigel more out to sea, which is not going to cause any problems for any form of land anytime soon, like I was talking about. Whenever it comes down in time, though, as you watch down here towards the Caribbean, in terms of the southeast as well, you notice a big, like I said, a really big quick spin up there, according to the GFS. Wow, has this thing getting pretty low. I mean, like I said, fairly low, and possibly even in the tropical storm status, according to the GFS model here. and has it going across portions of the Carolinas. Now, this would start to really kick off here, it looks like, for the evening of the 21st. So this is only like 3 days away. This is only like 3 days away, which is really not too far out there. So this is fairly close in the models. Then it has it going through the Mid-Atlantic. You know, could be a rainmaker overall. And of course, we have another trough out here across these central plains. That could be a threat for severe weather in the future. Across the central United States here, that could be a problem to look out there for. But like I said, you know, the main thing we need to look out there for is, you know, the severe weather and that little potential tropical system out there. Overall across the southeast. Now, whenever it comes to like the ECMWF or the European model in perspective, this model in general has the system stalling a little bit. I mean, stalling a little bit longer. It doesn't have the pressure getting as low as the GFS does, but it definitely has that system still there in general. It still has that system there. We got ourselves the CMC model, which the CMC model has this thing going absolutely nuts. It seems like these models might be trying to intensify a bit because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, the overall view across the way here, I mean, if all the other conditions are favorable, like I said, in terms of, you know, a lot of moisture and lack of wind shear, as well as, you know, like I said, the temperatures on the surface of the water, very, very warm, very conducive for tropical development. Like I said, it depends on that shear as well as the moisture supply as well, but it seems like these might be trending a little bit heavier. Like, so the GFS was showing the 1,000 millibar zone. Now the GFS is showing the 990s. Same thing for CMC. Let's see here. Icon even showing possible pressure down into the 990s, which, you know, like I said, definitely something we need to look out there for the next little bit across the southeast. You know, kind of has this thing getting really close to like the, you know, North and South Carolina areas here, as well as Florida. So we'll just keep an eye out there for it. Like I said, you know, I'm going to monitor this. Y'all know that. We'll be talking about this here for the next couple of days until it's no longer a concern or anything like that. But like I said, just across the southeast coast, I mean, like I said, just keep an eye on it. No reason to panic or anything like that. Just, you know, like I said, just keep your eyes peeled and just watch the system closely because, you know, like I said, considering that some of the conditions we have out there in the waters, that could be a little bit interesting to watch. And it could undergo possibly some rapid strengthening at some point. So we'll definitely need to be looking out there for that. However, let's go and hop right back over to the GFS because that was the first system. Now let's go and take a look at this guy out here. So we have another system, another tropical wave. You're going to see, according to the GFS model, like I said, obviously has this thing roll into the west here. Like I said, I say like I said so many times. There's somebody in the comments who keeps on telling me to stop saying that. I can't help it. I can't. It's just something that's in my vocabulary. Anyways, but whenever it comes to it here, like I said, see what I mean? I didn't even know I said that. Anyways, we track our way down in time. I'm going to try to catch myself with this. We track our way down in time. We work our way here to the west overall. And whenever it comes to it, like I said, it has a system picking up some intensity. Out there. Like I said, in the long, far-fetched. But like I said, that's really far out there. I just said it again. It goes really far out there. And it's just something that we're going to need to look out there for overall. Let's see. How is the weather for us in New York? So when it comes to New York, we actually have high pressure. You can see that big ridge that's out there. So over the next couple of days, we got a bit of a ridge happening here. So a little bit of high pressure. That's going to lead to some pretty nice conditions overall, mostly sunny skies, I'd say. As well as, you know, not much precipitation, hardly any at all. Yep, that is that. But anyways, but whenever it comes to that second system, that, like I said, obviously it has it, you know, kicking its way here to the west. Keep on saying that. Keep on saying it over and over. The European model has this thing working its way here to the west and actually, you know, picking up in some strength as well. The GFS and the ECMWF has this thing, you know, kicking up in some intensity as this thing works its way here to the west overall. So we're going to monitor its progression as it could work its way closer. Right now in this extended range, we do not know what's going to happen with the storm. All we know right now is the fact that we are going to be seeing a tropical wave roll off the west coast of Africa and work its way into the waters here down by the Cabo Verde. Mostly just south of the Cabo Verde. let's see here. Will it hit the East Coast? So this one, we don't know. We do not know. However, there is another system we are looking at out there. Like I said, we were watching out for this one. Whenever it comes to it, yeah, it's going to be a quick little spin up. You know, according to these models, it shows rapid intensification. You know, really starting here for the 21st into the 22nd overall. So we've mentioned that, you know, places down here towards Florida and, you know, the Carolinas should keep an eye out there for it overall. And, you know, maybe dig up some rain across the Mid-Atlantic. I mean, it really just depends on the track, the intensity, the speed, all that stuff. There's still a little bit of things we need to be, we still need to work out here. But whenever it comes to it, y'all, I mean, there's been a decent amount of model support here overall, which is pretty interesting. Let me go ahead and show you guys this. The ensembles. I do want to go ahead and mention that. We're going to full screen this real quickly. We're going to go to the ensembles, and we're going to take a look here at these ensemble models here. So, let's see here. All right, let's go and zoom in a little bit. So let's go ahead and loop this overall. So as we work our way down in time, you're going to notice how we're going to start to see, obviously, a bit of support start to pop up here across the regions. There you go. A lot of those lows develop and work their way across the potentially across those regions of the coast, the southeastern coast. But then you look down here with that wave that's coming off the west coast of Africa overall. Watch it. Here it is. Right there. Works its way here to the west. And you can see how the models really split up at that point. They don't know what's going to happen after this area here. Maybe even some small talk of another wave after that. It's, you know, something to monitor. But there is going to be there is going to be a wave here soon. It looks like this wave is going to start kicking off here. I believe for, let's see here. Let me go ahead and reset this. I want to say it's going to be for like middle this week. Let's see here. Tuesday. So Wednesday comes around. So mostly around Thursday, later on this week. So right around Thursday into Friday, that's when that tropical wave is going to make it near the Cabo Verde, just south of it. So that's still, you know, literally 4 or 5 days away from now, in which that can, you know, in terms of track, that could easily change. I mean, it could pull north, it could go west, I mean, it could go straight. We don't know. We don't know about that part of the storm right now, but all we know is that we are seeing another tropical wave working west. And it is going to come off the west coast of Africa. I mean, we got several days to watch this. I mean, this is not an immediate danger right now, but it's a system that's going to need to be monitored probably over the next week or so. We're going to have to keep an eye on it, and we'll keep you guys posted on all of that. But like I said, more of the main concern here right now that I foresee is that one, that one subtropical area out there, you know, towards the southeastern U.S., I think it could get up to, you know, potential tropical storm strength. I mean, we'll definitely have to see overall how that plays out. But there's still a little bit of, you know, disagreement here. I mean, between the models in terms of, you know, the strength and all of that stuff. Let me work our way down here to the southeast. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. We're going to start off with the American GFS. So, as we mentioned here, the GFS has this thing kind of popping off here for the 21st into the 22nd. I mean, according to the model, pressure does get down into the 990s, you know, which could, I mean, it looks like it could be holding a decent amount of moisture, too. It could bring a little bit of rain for the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. Something to obviously look out there for. And then whenever it comes to the European model overall, the ECMWF, it's a little interesting with this one. ECMWF has this thing, you know, not really strengthening too much, but still it shows that low-pressure system out there in the southeast coast. Then we move into the CMC. The CMC model, I think, is the most aggressive one we got right now, showing this thing, you know, get up into like low pressure of 992 millibars, which is definitely pretty low overall. Definitely low in general. So this one is more the aggressive model. We'll just have to continue watching that. Then we got the Icon model. The Icon, same thing in the 990s, not as strong, but it has it pulling a little bit more to the north, as you guys can probably see. It has that low pressure system pulling a little bit more to the north, and not really across these regions here. But we'll see. We'll see. How strong do I think it could get? Says Rebecca. So for this guy, it probably could get at least tropical storm status. I'd say it's a good possibility. I'd say tropical storm status is a good possibility. For the one that's out there that's going to be rolling off as a wave, I think that has the potential to be a hurricane at some point down in time. Because most models do have, in the extended range, that other system becoming a hurricane. But this one, I think it's, as of now, from what I see, I'm looking at probably lower mid-tropical storm. But, you know, things are going to change. We're going to get more information. We're going to, you know, learn some more things about the storm overall. So, we still got a lot we got to learn about it. Let's see. TWA Hotel lost power today. What is TWA? That's not good. Let's see. What is the hail radius for the storms coming this Tuesday? So, back over here to the SPC. So, like I said, yeah, we do have a big hail risk here for tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be covering this overall. But the overall area here includes, you know, the dark brown. This anywhere in color here, the brown and the yellow, those are the areas in a possible hail concern. However, the biggest concern is across these areas here, throughout central, south central Oklahoma into north central Texas. That seems to be the heaviest threat for hail. Like I said, a 15% chance of seeing hail within 25 miles of a given point. And of course, we have the 5% chance here, showing us that we have a 5% chance of hail within 25 miles of a given point as well. So that is that's the latest. You know, that's kind of what we're looking at. What's up, Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Everyone, take a shot at everyone. Like I said, just funning with you. You do a great job. Listen all the time. Thank you. Wait, were you the one that commented from, like I said, I don't even notice I do it. I don't. I try not to. I'm trying my hardest not to, but it's just a vocabulary I've had engraved in my head for so long now. It's like, it's one of my common words. I mean, most people have that kind of word, you know, have that. And you just don't realize you're saying it until somebody points it out. And now that you pointed it out, I realize I say it all the time. Let's see. Central Plains outlook for the weekend. Right now, there's really nothing too crazy going on right now. The only problem we see is, like I said, tomorrow, across the central southern plains. Now, whenever it comes actually into, it's Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas has back-to-back severe weather risk days. It seems as of now that Tuesday is going to be more of the heavier event overall. But that's that. What's up, Liam? Hope you're doing good. But anyways, so that is the severe weather risk of things. We'll definitely be looking out there for. We're gonna, definitely be looking out there for the severe weather. Once again, I'll be live tomorrow, y'all, to cover this. In order to make sure y'all are being prepared, stuff like that. Actually, while we're still on that subject, real quickly, let me hop back over to the South Plains, into the Central Plains. Let's see here. So, in terms of mode, it looks like, okay, wow, quite an MCS there. Holy cow. Got a big bowing segment of storms. You see that? Big bow there. That is, wow. Has that right across southeastern Kansas into north central Texas. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. I obviously got to look at the HRRR here as well. Let's see. 22 Zulu. I might have to work my way to 18. I think might be 18 Zulu is the long run. I mean, it kind of has that little MCS kicking off a little bit further to the east, but interesting. It also has some more of those storms popping out there across Texas, and then for the day after that, possibly some more storms. So yeah, once again, y'all, we'll be live for this here tomorrow too. We'll be live here covering that. I'm not sure what time. It seems like it's going to be a rather late event, kind of early evening. So I'll probably be live around like 5 or 6. That's just an estimate. Obviously, if things start popping off early, then I'll go live early. Just depends on whenever things start to crank off there, But we'll keep it on it. All right, let's go ahead and hop our way back here to the North Atlantic. So, we mentioned, guys, we definitely got to be looking out there for those two systems overall. Like I said, we have Nigel. Nigel's not really a problem. I mean, it's not going to be a problem really. It's going to remain pretty far away from land for the most part. This system out here, I think that's kind of our main concern as of right now. The models seem to be trending a bit in terms of intensity out there, and it seems like this thing might pick up a bit of strength. Like I said, the most aggressive model here, obviously, is the CMC model. But it definitely does show a pretty strong low pressure there, possibly getting near the Carolina coasts. So, like I said, in terms of the track and stuff like that, that's still kind of unknown. It's forecasted to kind of kick off there between the northern Bahamas and out just east of Florida, and then pull to the north to some degree. Like there's just a lot of unknowns. Let's see here. Becca Loves Jesus says, hello, y'all. I'm new to your channel. Just subscribed this evening. Well, thank you for subscribing, Becca. Glad to have you here. Hope everything's good with you. And thank you for that. Thanks for joining us. That is very sweet of you. I appreciate it. But, to some degree, this could be bringing a bit of moisture across the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. I mean, depending on what it does and, all of that. But you can see, as we work our way down in time, we get a little bit of a cluster of thunderstorms. It looks like it actually tracks over Florida. That's what I'm starting to realize here. It looks like we have a little system that's going to be doing something like this, tracking through Florida and then pulling north, because it looks like it's going to be a big cluster of thunderstorms to start out, and then it's going to develop a central low, and then that central low is going to start tracking north, and that's going to allow for the system to advance further, since we have such warm waters out there. I mean, just off the coast there, we have those temperatures, around 29, 30 degrees Celsius, which is, definitely pretty warm for tropics, which would cause rapid strengthening. Yeah, that's like over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let's see. What's up? A little clarification. Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But, let's see here. Liam says doing good. What about you? I'm doing good, Liam. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. But anyways, well, that's that, y'all. That's essentially what we need to look out there for. We're going to go and hop y'all back over here to the overall view. In general, like I said, we have Nigel out there. Once again, Nigel's a Cat 1 right now, Category 1 hurricane. With current sustained winds of 80, with gusts, I'd say at least up to 100. There you go, maximum wind gusts up to 98, nearly 100. And then it works its way to the northwest. It looks like it's going to become a Cat 2. That's kind of the peak. It looks like Category 2. It's going to become a Cat 2 possibly by tomorrow evening. Tomorrow afternoon. We're talking right around 2 o'clock p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. This thing could become a Category 2. Let's see. It looks like max strength is expected to get up to around 110. That'll be right in this time frame. So, if you guys look closely, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here so y'all can see this. So, what's going on here? Like I said, we have a low pressure system out here. We have a big cold front right here. You see how we have this big line working its way to the east. So, as this line works its way eastward, this is what's steering Nigel overall. So the storm's going to be, that whole line's going to be continue working its way to the east. Nigel's going to continue working its way to the west until they meet up, and then it's going to obviously push out the storm out to sea here. So that's a given, and that's that cold front here. That mass right there is going to help keep it away from any coastal areas, even Bermuda. So definitely I'm thankful for that. We don't want any more impacts, any more landfalls or anything like that. But I hate to tell you, it's still we're still very high up there in hurricane season. I mean, yes, we're starting to wind down a little bit, but those waters are still very warm, and they still will be warm for a couple months. And hurricane season's not going to end for a while. But that's that. Let's see here. On a big work project, popped in to say hello. All right, so it was good to see you here. A little clarification. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Caleb says, all right, I'm going to head out. I'll be here tomorrow for the coverage. Have a good night, everyone. You as well. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Cyclone says, "Hey Andrew, what's up, dude? I know it's been a while. See any threat from my area as of now? Where are you at? Aren't you in Georgia? If I remember, there's a lot of people I gotta remember, y'all. So if I don't remember your specific location, don't feel bad. Let's see. But anyways, but like I said, y'all, we got to be looking out for this one here too. This guy out there in the Eastern Atlantic. We are seeing like I said, we are seeing a tropical wave roll off the west coast of Africa, and pull its way here to the west overall. And gradually, this thing is going to pick up in some intensity, pick up in some, overall energy, I should say, as it continues working west. But whenever it comes to it, it's a little bit unknown to what it's going to do. I mean, once it works its way out there to sea, any option is still possible. I mean, it could become like Nigel. It could go out to sea. It could go directly west. It could go between. I mean, we don't know. We don't know that far right now. But we do know that there is a wave, a group of thunderstorms that's going to roll off the west coast of Africa into this area here in the red. And more than likely, later on this week, that is what we are going to be seeing here. But anyways. Let's see here. Please keep the chat respectful. Absolutely, y'all. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, no, you're good. Kingsland, Georgia. So yeah, I would obviously keep an eye out there for it. I think Kingsland's down south, isn't it? Somewhere in here, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. Probably not. I'm probably not seeing it. Anyways, I think you're on the southern side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would keep an eye on this. Not saying it's going to be anything too extreme for you. There's just a little bit of unknowns right now. We don't know if this thing's going to, go up into Carolinas, if it's going to, pull to the north. We don't know. But we are seeing the good shot for, that low pressure system to rapidly pick up some strength out there. Rapidly picking up some strength out there overall. Is there going to be a hurricane hitting Cape Coral, Florida? No. Not anytime soon. Let's see here. Web of Truth says, hi from Wilmington, North Carolina. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But anyways, yep. So we have this cold front, like I said, guys. This is going to be staring out Nigel. Not a problem. This one we're going to watch out for the next week. I mean, like I said, said it again. So it looks like probably Thursday into Friday is when this system's going to start to get organized. And that's when it's going to roll off the west coast of Africa. So, we'll watch out for it later. Like I said, right now, we are literally looking at a 70% chance of this thing becoming a tropical depression or a tropical storm over the next little bit. Why do I think the National Weather Service has not issued a slight 15% risk zone for Friday and Saturday? Still a bit of uncertainty. That's why. The models are still a little uncertain. I mean, you could look between the models, and there's still a little bit of unknowns with it overall. I just noticed something, guys. Look at this. So here's the sea surface temperatures. Holy cow! Look at that big cold pool, or that big cool pool of water out there, just west and north of Bermuda. Y'all know what that was caused by? You can actually see it right here. That came from Lee and Franklin. So if a storm was to work its way in this area here, it would probably weaken a bit because of, the temperatures have to be at least in the yellow, which is 26 degrees Celsius and warmer to sustain and start to develop tropical characteristics. So that pool there, if any hurricane or tropical system tracked over there, that would probably start to stall it out. That's crazy though, just how cool it dropped it. I mean, shoot, that's crazy. That's crazy. However, I mean, you still got areas out there in the Gulf that's still like flaming hot. Same thing for the Caribbean, the northern and the southern Caribbean. I mean, most of the Atlantic still is very warm. M Stone says Lee. Yep, it's Lee. It was actually a mixture between Lee, mostly Lee, as well as Franklin, because Franklin cooled it down a little bit. Franklin cooled it down, just a little bit out there. But anyways, still see we're in that El Nino. See all the red that's warmer than average. Let's see here. All right, Andrew, I'm gonna head out for the night. See you later, Cyclones. Let's see here. What are the odds it's just a fish storm or hits Bermuda? Are you talking about that one that's coming off the west coast of Africa? If so, the odds are very much unknown. So it's literally, it could go either way. I mean, it could completely go west. It could completely go northwest. It can completely go north. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. Because we're still about 4 to 5 days out before the system starts to, get here just south of the Cabo Verde. I mean, the storm, like I said, in the next 4 to 5 days, the storm's going to be probably somewhere in here. So it's going to be just a little bit before we gather some more information. Let's see. TRG says, I forgot to say hi. How are you today, Andrew? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good, man. Let's see. I can send you a website that shows trade winds and sea surf temperatures, but it's a day behind. Sure, Aiden. If you want to. But, yeah. So, bottom line, guys, just got to keep an eye out there for both of these ones. Disturbance 1, Disturbance 2. Once again, overall, 30% chance of development in the next week. So, odds, the next 2 days, next 48 hours, we're not expecting much development out of the system. Like I said, literally like a 0% chance. The next week, we're about a 30% chance. It looks like this storm's going to start kicking off for the 21st. Between the 21st and the 23rd, from what it looks like. So, if you live across East Coast Florida, East Coast Georgia, and the East Coast Carolinas, I mean, it's nothing to freak out about, but it's a system to keep an eye out there for, because, I personally think this thing could become a tropical storm. I think it's possible, comparing to what the latest trends are, with the models, and, all of that stuff, it seems like we could have a tropical storm form out here. I mean, those odds have been increasing. I think yesterday's update was 20%, now it's 30%, so it seems like it's definitely, starting to increase overall. Let's see. Thanks, Aiden. I appreciate it. Michael says, hello, Andrew from Denver. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Could Disturbance 1 end up in the Gulf, potentially? So, like I said, anything's a possibility with that. I mean, from almost a week out, the storm's going to remain somewhere in here. So, we got, at least 2 weeks to watch the storm here. I mean, it's going to be a long time before it gets anywhere in these regions, if it even gets in those regions there. There's a lot of things that the storm relies on. It relies on the warm waters. It relies on a lack of wind shear. It relies on a lot of moisture. And obviously the track will determine differently, because the environment's going to be different for each one of those scenarios. So it's going to change. I mean, we're going to see a lot of fluctuations. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible, but I just cannot mention it. We cannot mention it. It is extremely early. I mean, because like I said, we really don't even know, if it's going to turn into one. I mean, it looks like it is, yeah. Odds are very high that we're going to see this thing turn into a tropical system. But, right now, in terms of its track, we don't know. We don't know. Let's see. It says sent first before your stream. I guess YouTube didn't send it. I see everyone beat me to the stream today. Absolutely. TRG, you're slow. Let's see. Tornadoes are worse than hurricanes because they can go over 200 miles an hour. Harrison, I think hurricanes are worse than tornadoes. Not to mention hurricanes can spawn in tornadoes. Hurricanes do more damage over a more broad area. So hurricanes pack more energy than tornadoes. I mean, even if you had like a Cat 1 versus an EF5, I mean, the Cat 1's still going to ultimately export more energy than an EF5 would. I mean, because you got to think that the Category 1 is, a larger system, a much larger system. And overall, of distance, it would be larger. I mean, there's other factors to take into that, but for the most part, hurricanes are much stronger. I mean, yeah, now winds might be a little stronger in tornadoes. Yes, I will agree with that. But whenever it comes to it overall, though, overall impact energy, it's going to be the hurricanes that takes the win. Let's see here. What's up, Caden? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But anyways, guys, well, I mean, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. I mean, I really don't know much more to talk about, considering we basically talked about most of everything here, y'all. Like I said, that's pretty much covered everything we need to. I mean, we just, got a little bit of uncertainty. So a bit of a recap. We mentioned Eastern Florida. I mean, coastal Georgia, the Carolinas should watch out for it. There's a possible chance for some tropical development. Like I said, all the models support it, so I think it's going to happen. I think it will happen to some degree. And it seems like the models might be trending it a little stronger, so I think it's a good shot that we might even see a tropical storm out of it. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. And of course, this guy down in time, it'll likely become a hurricane as it rolls through the warmer waters. Overall, most models do support that in the real far extended range, but what's that? How does the coast of Virginia look? Right now, fine. Right now, it's fine. I mean, I would keep an eye depending on where you're at in coastal Virginia. But I would, just monitor the storm. I mean, if it poses a threat, then I'll let you know. But I'm not worried about your region. I mean, I'm not even really worried about the coast right now. I'm a little concerned. I mean, we gotta look out for it, but I'm not genuinely worried that anything major is going to happen out of these regions. I don't even think it'll be a hurricane. I think at most it'll be a tropical storm. That's what it seems like. I mean, there's still a little bit of uncertainty, but all the models we looked at, all the main models, do support the existence of the system in general. But anyways, well, guys, I really don't know too much more to talk about. I think we're going to be heading off here soon. If there's any final questions, like I said, y'all, feel free to let me know before we head off here. Let's see. Jenny coming up with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Jenny. Greatly appreciated. Shout out to Jenny. Thank you so much, Jen. Really appreciated. Very, very sweet of you, Jenny. Saying thank you. You are very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Let's see. David says, cool, thanks. We do need the rain. Oh, my dad lives out in Virginia. He lives in Northern Virginia, where I grew up at, and I lived there for 20 years. He's still there, and he says it's been really dry. It's been really dry out there overall. But once again, Jenny, thank you so much. That is very sweet of you. I appreciate it. See, Jenny says thank you and good night. You're very very, very welcome, and thank you so much. Let's see. TRG says, holy crap, Andrew, you made me jump when you said Jenny. Yeah. It's funny. But it is much appreciated, Jenny. That really helps us out. Big thank you. But okay, guys. Well, like I said, if y'all have any final questions, anything like that, feel free to let me know. We have ourselves our Discord. Feel free to join our Discord down in the description if y'all have any questions after the stream and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it. It's been a dry pocket in Northern Virginia, Baltimore metro area. Yep. Yeah, no, it's been very dry from what I heard. Actually, before we go, I can show you the drought monitor. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Wow. The drought monitor has changed since the last time we looked at it on stream. So the south is still very dry. Same as the Midwest, Central Plains, Upper Midwest. And of course yeah. Of course, Virginia, as we're talking about, really out there towards, the Appalachian Mountains, Shenandoah Valley. It's very, very dry. Out there by like Skyline Drive and those regions out there. It's a little dry out there, that's for sure. I mean, we're in a severe drought. So, let's see, David says, night, bro. Thanks. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Marcia says, hi, everybody. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Do I think this tropical system will drop a drop of rain in North Carolina and Virginia? More than likely. Yeah, more than likely. Because most of the models do support the system, to some degree overall. Let's see. Yeah, most models support the system to some degree, dropping a bit of precipitation. Here, let me go ahead and full screen that. But you can see the GFS model. I mean, it looks more than likely the GFS has Virginia, North Carolina getting some rain. ECMWF, this is more of the weird model. But even the ECMWF to some extent shows, you know, portions of North Carolina and Virginia maybe getting some rain. We got the CMC model, you know, definitely supporting a bit of rain. I mean, this could be good regarding rain for Virginia, the Carolinas, overall. So in some regions, you know, some regions this is actually going to be helping out, but it definitely looks possible. And TRG, you will probably feel that as well yourself. You'll probably feel a decent amount of rain potentially overall. But that's that. Let's see here. Jenny says, gotta go. All right, Jenny. Once again, thank you so much for the support. Greatly appreciated. We love you, Jenny. Very sweet of you. Thank you once again. You are very, very much appreciated. But, okay, guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up here for tonight. Once again, if you guys did enjoy it, consider leaving a like. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Be greatly appreciated, y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow for some live coverage on the severe weather. Once again, we can see out there we got a risk for severe weather across Oklahoma, Texas. Like I said, we're talking maybe 5 to 6, you know, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 to 5 p.m. Central for coverage. So we'll have to watch out for it. As of now, no tornadoes is a concern. Mostly hail. Actually, hail's the biggest concern, followed by some damaging wind gusts between 60 and 70 miles an hour. So across, you know, central Oklahoma, even out there by, like, you know, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Wichita Falls, Texas, and there towards Fort Worth. I mean, y'all are in that slight risk, so we'll definitely keep you guys, you know, updated and all of that stuff. But we'll be live somewhere around that time, y'all. It just depends on when things are going to start popping off and, you know, obviously all of that. But all right, you guys. Well, the stream's going to go ahead and start counting down. Stream's going to end here in approximately 2 minutes. So if you have anything you want to go ahead and say to your friends and family, anybody you want to go ahead and say in chat the final goodbye, go ahead and do so now. But all right, guys. Well, you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. We love you guys. Please stay safe out there. Once again, special thanks to our donator here for today, Jenny. Thank you so much for the donation. Greatly appreciated. Very, very sweet of you. And all right, guys. Well, y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow afternoon. See you later, guys. Peace out.